Hey everybody, Motumbo here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are playing some more historic here on Magic Arena. And today is video 2 of 3 of our cat series that is again dedicated to my cat Moby. And again, we're going to be hopping into that deck very soon. But just as a reminder, before we hop into today's deck, I want to remind everybody, if you enjoy the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below, join the Discord, hop on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/BAMotumbo. Drop us a follow. You can come hang out with us live on the weekends while we stream, build our decks, and get ready for our videos that we're going to be posting. But as always, let's just hop right into today's deck. And we are playing 16 lives. So this is a modified version of a deck that we've played in the past. Again, as you can tell, this is cat themed in regards to looking at the art of Harmless Offering and 9 Lives, which is the main combo in the deck. But as you can see, we're not playing any creatures this time. So the cat theme here is strictly going to be art based. And again, the idea behind this deck is to win with 9 lives, whether it's going to be by shutting off your opponent's ability to actually deal any damage to you, or by giving them 9 lives and then removing it from the board, causing them to lose the game. So we are calling it 16 lives because of the fact, again, my cat Moby was 16 years old when we lost him last week. He did pass on to the, crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. And again, I'm honoring him and his legacy by playing this deck and the deck we played on Monday, and then the deck we're going to be playing on Friday. So, again, if you're not familiar with 9 lives, 9 lives is an enchantment, costs 3. It has hexproof, but it says if a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage, and you put 1 counter on it. And then whenever there are 9 or more counters on this, you exile it, and then whenever this leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. So again, we're going to put this out to potentially stall our opponent from being able to take us out. And then in the meantime, or what we're going to do prior to this either getting 9 counters or immediately, we're going to Harmless Offering. So Harmless Offering, a 3-mana sorcery that says target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. So we're going to give them 9 lives. But then you may ask, well, 9 lives has hexproof. How are we going to remove it from the game? Well, we have multiple ways to do that. We do have 8 different ways to get rid of that enchantment from our opponent's board. And they are all of our top end cards. So we have 4 Cleansing Ovas. So we're going to cast the side that says destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Because again, even though it has hexproof, when we're doing an effect that hits everything, as long as it doesn't say target, we do get to blow that up. So Cleansing Nova is going to remove it from the game. Farewell can remove enchantments from the game. And then Ugin itself can also remove from the game by minusing. And Ugin is a potential way to end the game if we're just going on the trying to win on the back of 9 lives and Solemnity. And if you're not familiar with 9 lives and Solemnity, again, 9 lives, you're putting counters on this every time you take 1 or more damage per source. And then Solemnity says players can't get counters, and counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. So if we're using Solemnity to prevent counters from going on 9 lives, that just essentially means we can never take damage. Now, there are ways around this. We've shown that off in some of our previous videos. You can stomp something, because stomp does say damage can't be prevented this turn, so then that gets around 9 lives. Questing Beast in itself gets around 9 lives. But most decks, and when I say most, I am saying like a high 90% of the decks in Historic don't play a way around this combo once it's in play. So 9 lives Solemnity, just a good way to stop damage. But also, you do have to worry about loss of life, because loss of life is not damage. So cards like Sheoldred does get around that. So again, be careful of Sheoldred. Don't play this thinking, oh, nothing's going to be able to get me, because there are ways to get around it. So other than that, what we're doing is, we are kind of playing on the back of the Blood Sun Lotus Field combo, where you're trying to cheat lands into play, because Blood Sun will turn off all of the other abilities from lands except for the mana abilities. So at the Lotus Field, it won't have hexproof, but it also won't enter tapped, and you don't have to sacrifice any lands if you have Blood Sun in play. So we are trying to kind of ramp this out as quickly as possible. But in regards to everything else, we have 2 copies of Fragment Reality. This is a great removal spell for early creatures. It gets rid of pesky cards like the One Ring. Solemnity also deals with a One Ring, but this is really against those really fast aggro decks. We have 4 copies of Mind Stone because, again, on turn 2, we typically want to be playing Mind Stone because a turn 2 Mind Stone lets us play Blood Sun on turn 3 and Lotus Field for 3 more additional mana. So that is pretty important. We are trying out a couple copies of Divine Purge in this deck. So it's a 3 mana, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 3 or less, and then they perpetually gain. This costs 2 more to cast, and this permanent enters the battlefield tapped. So again, this is a great card for those early aggro decks, you know, whether it be wizards or elves, goblins, decks like that. This is going to help really slow them down. They're going to be just like throwing all of their hand into play. We're just going to wrath on turn 3, and then it's going to be really hard for them to rebuild because all of their cards are going to cost 2 additional mana. We are playing a couple copies of Valakut Awakening. This is an important card, not only in the fact that it does count as a land, because lands are very important. You want to hit your land drops in this deck, but the Valakut Awakening side for 3 mana to be able to essentially put back any number of these dead cards in our hand and then draw that many cards +1 is super important. It's really going to let us cycle for our combo pieces to kill, whether it's going to be Harmless Offering, 9 Lives, Solemnity, or one of the board wipes that'll allow us to get rid of that. And then last but not least, we are playing a couple copies of Wrath of God because it is good to have still a 4 mana sweeper. And we are playing, we're going to try out 2 copies of Leyline of Sanctity because, again, Wizards has been very prominent in the meta that I play against, and mono black because of Shielder in the Ring and Bowmasters and all that. So with Leyline in play, this is going to allow us to not be targeted by burn spells, not be targeted by hand disruption. So I wanted to try this out, and it really doesn't hurt whenever you have 9 Lives Solemnity in play because this really makes it hard for most decks to just do anything to you if you have all of that in play. But yeah, this is the deck. Again, in honor of Moby, please, you know, as I said in the last video, life is very precious. Please just take a moment today and every day just to hug your loved one, whether that be a cat, a dog, any kind of animal, or your family members. Just, you know, just love them. Tell them that you love them one extra time. It really could change their outlook on their day, their perspective of life in general, just by taking that quick, you know, second or minute, whatever it is. But again, that can make a huge difference in somebody's life, even if it's just a friend. You know, friends are the family that you choose. So yeah, just take a minute and love your loved ones. So. But with that being said, let's hop right into today's deck, and we're gonna play some 16 Lives. We'll see you all at the wrap up. Yeah, I mean at that point, right? Her birthday becomes the day that, you know, she came into your life. So I think we're gonna keep this. Not the greatest hand, but if we draw another land, we're pretty good. This hand would have been pretty good if we would have... Oh, not that land. No, game. What are you doing? Not that land. I might have to just run out of Lotus Field. Yeah, it would have been a little bit better had it not come into play untapped. But I think it works out here because I do want to play a Blood Sun and a Lotus Field on the same turn. Because if they're playing like a sacrifice deck, are they just going to reprieve this? That's fine. You did it. Hooray. I maybe should have played a Lotus Field there. But they're just going to be playing Shieldreds and Bowmasters over there. Oh, Gonti? Okay. Maybe they'll get a 9 lives and think they're going to get us. Hard decisions. Do you wanna tell me what you got? I mean, I gotta hope, right? Like, I have to hope that they didn't pull a mass removal spell and just get us here, because that could 100% happen. They don't have farewell, because we have both of the 2 farewells here. That's fine. Oh yeah, okay. You can get rid of our Bloodsun if you want. Probably better to tick it up and put the counter on Gonti. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we could exile. Let's just see what happens.
Well, this situation is getting messy.
Like, I would imagine they have some kind of removal for Ugin. But if they don't, and we were to happen to draw like a Harmless Offering next turn, we win the game. But I would imagine. I mean, they could just... they could just Kaya the Ugin. But they lose their Kaya, which I'm completely fine with. Okay. I'm fine with that. Don't know if I'm fine with that, though. But we can just exile creatures. So. Okay. We have quite the defense here.
Rise and shine.
But we have to do something about this Liliana, or they're gonna get us. Okay, so they're gonna go after the Solemnity, which is fine. I don't know why they didn't attack with the zombie token also. I mean, that was a good draw, right? Yeah, sure. Everything. Good game. Good game, my friend. Good game. Oh, I loved it. What do we think about this hand? It's not ideal, but it does stuff. Protection from multicolored. Sure. I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot of damage that we're facing. If they have a reprieve, they don't have a reprieve, so that's fine. The question is, what do they play? Okay, well, they play all of the things. This is actually a pretty insane draw. Yeah, we're going to pay for that. Thalia's Lieutenant, okay. Alright, 3 counters on the 9 lives, and then... Oh, and then we can do that thing over there. Alright, so we definitely have a hard lock right now. But they could have a removal for Solemnity, but they don't. Usually these low to the ground aggro decks don't play any kind of interaction. They're just trying to turn their card sideways and kill you. Their only interaction being usually this Ranger, because you could sacrifice it to, like, during somebody's upkeep to prevent them from being able to cast like Wrath of Gods or mass removal. But yeah, when we have this in play, it's just almost impossible for them to deal with it. So. Well, I appreciate that. This is fine. I wish his farewell was anything else. Do I want this? I don't think so. I'm a little concerned to be playing against another probably control deck. But oh, okay. I just don't have anything. A brief moment, I was thinking about Fragment Reality, my Blood Sun, but that's fine. No thanks. Patient Rebuilding. What? Patient Rebuilding? Am I just going to Ugin here? -5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess so. It might have been better to farewell there, but... If they play Teferi, right? Like... Okay. You're just going to concede to a farewell? Really? Did you... Like, you just didn't play any counters? I guess I commend that. You don't even have to wait until you have a lot of counters on the 9 lives. You just give them the Harmless Offering, give them the 9 lives, and then you cast a spell that says destroy all enchantments, and then they lose because the 9 lives leaves play. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. I wish we would have had another, like, I wish one of these would have been like a plains. That's really awkward because I have to play this. I guess I could go for the scry here. I might have to. Like, I don't necessarily... I mean, we have this, right? Yeah, I'm going to take the scry here. If we hit one of our... Ooh, it's pretty good. That buys us some time. So this gets rid of our Mind Stone, but we don't... I mean, we could recast it, or we could just draw a card and just be done with it. Yeah, so we're just gonna Divine Purge here. Let's just draw a card. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So next turn we can 9 lives Harmless Offering, and then we can just Cleansing Nova the turn after it. Oh. Scoops Magoops. Sometimes that's hard to overcome from in a really early Wrath, but alright. Yeah. I'll keep his hand. Ugin's a little awkward, but... Oh, they mulliganed. Maybe they're on a Minion of the Mighty game. Maybe not. Blood Sun. Yeah. I'll keep it. Red, white, huh? Alright, well. No, you're going to reprieve it? Sure. Oh, right. Oh. One of these decks. Do I do it? Do I do this now? So they could play +2. Yeah, let's just do it now. Well, I would like to only take 2 damage. No, into a Wrath, that's actually pretty insane. Oh, so you won because of Questing Piece damage prevention text? That's awesome. We just do this for 0, right? And then they scoop. Confirm 0. 0 confirmed. Uh-oh. Raise the alarm. The alarm has been raised. I mean, transmogrify is still a real thing. Okay, that's fine. I mean, this was a really good draw. I'm very curious as to what this does. Yeah, that was hard. Good old Gravy Legs. I think I'm friends with them. Hold on a second. Hold on. Good old Gravy Legs. I actually am. I mean, I'm going to keep this. The Lotus Field land in our hand is pretty awkward, but I know that we're going to go land into Blood Sun and we're going to win the day. Let's put on the Yu-Gi-Oh! TikTok filter, say Heart of the Cards, and get Exodia. Opponent. Disapproving cat is unimpressed. Both of them. All right, well, we did not draw land. Will we draw land here? You remember when you traded all your Magic cards for Yu-Gi-Oh cards? I mean, there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are worth a lot of money now. Bowmaster? Sure. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? What if I had a brought back? You did it. You did it. That feels bad. What do they take here? If they took anything, I would, like, any of our combo pieces, I would prefer the 9 lives. Because the Solemnity does get around their... it prevents their army from getting bigger. Our land situation is really awkward right now. That's what's going to actually cause us to lose. Oh, they actually did take the 9 lives? Okay. Oh, they're playing Jund? What are they playing the red for? What is this? I mean, if you're going to draw anything there, that's pretty good. That was quite a draw. That was quite a draw. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out like you wanted it to. But sure. Good game. I mean, I feel it always feels good beating the Ring and Bowmaster, right? My bad cards are better than your good cards. Furaku. Yeah. We'll start with this. This ley line just might be good in itself. You never know. All right, well, need to draw a red mana. Hey, red mana. More red mana. So what does this do? Level 2, you can just play a whole bunch of land. I mean, that's fine. Harmonize. Well, still another wow. Harmonize. What a flashback. They are doing all the land. Come on, game, one time. Harmless Offering off the top. No, but I'll take it. We could just get like Cyclonic Rifted out of this game. Right? Like that's a real thing. Yeah. No counters for you. That was a fun interaction. Another one. All right. You did it. It's like they're just trying really hard to... Are they going to Ulamog us? We're about to get Gaia's Blessinged. Oh, this is amazing. Sure. Oh my gosh, come on, game. Come on, game. I do think we're going to get Ulamogged. They're still not doing anything? I'm going to try it. Okay. You are the controller of 9 lives now. And now we wait. What are they doing? Are we going to lose to Mill? Let's just see what happens. No. Got him. Okay. What were they doing? All right. All right, we just need land. All right, what are you doing over there? What are you doing over there, opponent? That's not the land that I was asking for, but I wasn't specific. This is tough. I guess so. I need there to be exactly an untapped land underneath that Blood Sun. All right, well. Oh, no. I thought we were about to get shocked or whatever damage spell that all the kids are playing. What is this? All right. Be gentle. One-time game. Untap land. Well, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Hope I don't regret it. What is this? Holy moly. Well, I guess I'm doing this. I think I have to play this. Like, I don't want to accidentally... Sure. Yeah, the purge here is good. Can we win? Donate. Purge. Just gonna go ahead and purge here. I think we did some ordering incorrectly there. So can they get us next turn? 4. Oh, I should have purged first. Oh, I'm an idiot. They have 4 sources of damage. Or can they deal us 10 damage? They need to draw exact. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna be very upset if this ordering was bad and we lose to them having exactly 3 sources of damage here. All right, I don't think. All right, I think we're good. You may have this. It is yours to do with as you please. Let us cleanse the Nova and be done with... Okay. We did it. Huzzah! Got him. Whew. Yeah, that was 100% bad playing on our end, but never punished. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the wrap up, and we had a lot of fun with this deck. This deck is it's a lot of fun to play. It's a fan favorite. I get a lot of people ask me to play this deck. I could cough and like say people's names, but you know who I'm talking about. Especially if you live in the vicinity that I live in. Yeah, you definitely know that this deck is a lot of fun. There's decks that beat it. It's hard to play against certain decks, like maybe a lot of times like a Azorius control deck or even a mono blue control deck, right? Because you don't necessarily care about losing to damage. You could just get like planeswalked out of it, and then they can just counter your card, your Harmless Offering to prevent it from happening. So those type of control decks are usually hard to deal with. But at the end of the day, right, if you can just in one turn 9 lives and then Harmless Offering and them not expect it, you could completely swing the game. Because once your opponent has 9 lives, then it becomes 100% their duty to make sure that card never leaves the board. Because once that thing is gone, then at that point, then they lose the game. So I've had some pretty weird games with interactions. I wish I could have recorded some. I wish I would have happened to run into those while we were playing this series of games on stream. But I've posted screenshots in my Discord before. But I've had people not understand the interaction, and I've had people bounce 9 lives. I've had people board wipe after I've given them 9 lives, because they may have been under the understanding that it was still my card. So by them removing it, they were still going to be, essentially making me lose the game. But in reality, right, they're the controller of it, so they're losing the game. So it's always funny to see that happen. And you'll run into those pretty regularly, but not like a very high percentage of the time. But I would say regularly enough to where it's fun to play this deck. But I do like some of the changes to the deck, right? Like I do like the Fragment Realities. I do like the Divine Purges in the deck. I think if I were to go back and rebuild this, I might take the Ugins out. I do think maybe Ugin is a little too slow, but at the same time, it is good to have that Ugin in the deck, because with Bloodsun Lotus Field, we are able to get to 8 mana relatively quickly. There are some other board wipe cards that we could be playing, some that we took out from the last. And some we haven't even explored yet that I feel like maybe we'll come back and revisit. And it is also possible to even, we could not even play Leyline of Sanctity and we'd actually free up 2 slots. You could actually play this deck because we're trying to give away Harmless Offering. We could play this deck without Solemnity in it, but I think it's good to have Solemnity in the deck because you could just accidentally get 9 life Solemnity in play against, like elves or goblins or something along those lines. Those decks that typically don't play those cards that, get around the loss of life, like Stomp or Sheoldred or Questing Beast. And just sometimes dropping those 2 cards together gets your opponent to scoop. So I think this is one of those decks that's actually really fun and actually good to climb in ranked. I have a lot of success climbing this when I play ranked, because it's one of those decks that people don't expect to play against. So, but again, please everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Especially, it means a lot to me because Moby meant a lot to me. Again, he was a joy to have. I was so lucky to have him as part of my life. And I'm glad to know that I was able to introduce him in some form or fashion, whether it was during a stream or during a video or even now after the fact. It really makes me happy knowing that he's touched so many more lives, than just the ones that interacted with him on a daily basis. So again, it really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. But with that being said, again, if you enjoy the video, the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, check out all the links below, join Discord, hop on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/BA Motumbo. And yeah, just come hang out and we'll have a good time. And we'll be back on the non-cat grind, so to speak, next week. But yeah, everyone, thanks again so much. Please stay safe, and we will see you all next time.